So last night I went down this rabbit hole about this woman who was apparently busted for lying about having cancer. And she made this Facebook post about how she, had been lying and needed to go get mental help. And then she checks herself into this mental facility and died. And some people are saying that she took her own life. Some are saying that she actually had epilepsy and that she died from medications that she was given while she was in the mental health facility. And then there's a lot of people who are like, is she even really dead? Because we can't trust anything she says now. So this is Leslie Wilbanks. It all started back in January, not that long ago, where Aaron, her husband, posted that they found out that she had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and that they found out because she was actually going to the hospital to apply to be a living donor for someone at their church. They were clearly pretty involved in their church, as they typically are. These people that lie about cancer, somehow, like Amanda Scamanda, she was like super involved in her church. Why is there a connection? And what's the correlation? I don't know. So here's that post if you want to read it. And here's the second part if you want to read it. It's pretty long, obviously. Here's more posts where she's very detailed about her oncology treatment. She said that she was doing chemo and that she thought today was going to be her last day, but then they had a change of plans and she's actually only halfway done with her treatment. Like, it's always interesting how detailed they get. Here's another one from June 21st, okay? 5 days before she comes out and says that was all a lie. And she's posting about how she's got one of the toughest pain days since her diagnosis. All of these posts are still up. She's talking about her friend coming and visiting her 3 days before she comes out about it. Finally, on June 26th, she makes this post that says, I don't have words, but I have to come clean. I don't have cancer. I'm going now to a mental health facility to get help. Something shifted last year with my mental health meds, and I haven't been able to gauge left from right or up from down. I am a human and suffering bad. I should have asked for help months ago, but was afraid of people's judgment. I realize it's God who I need to worry about. I need his complete forgiveness. I ask for forgiveness from my heavenly Father and also yours. God help me. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know how long I'll be away. And that doesn't matter. I want to be Leslie again. I want to have peace and clarity again. I want to be healed. I'm so sorry. I want to come clean and be free. Who the sun sets free, I want that again. I'm sorry. Mind you, this was actually posted like the same day. Declaring this over my life. I will be cancer free. Well, good news, Leslie. You never had. Well, the comments weren't exactly the nicest. People weren't super accepting of this plea for forgiveness. People are coming out of the woodwork saying, I've known Leslie for a long time and she's been doing this stuff, not at this level of taking money from people, but the level of always saying she was sick for years and that she had liver failure one time, she had female cancer, then epilepsy. The epilepsy one is one we got to hang on to. This person says the first step is quit making bullshit excuses. Oh, by the way, this is her son. Matthew Thigpen is her son. He says, grief doesn't make you fake a cancer diagnosis and steal thousands from gracious people and telling your family you have cancer. Never in my life has grief made me want to fake a terminal illness and steal money from strangers. You wanted attention. That's it. Plain and simple. It wasn't because of anything but that. You made your jail cell. Now lay in it. I think this is actually the page that kind of like busted her. Eye in the Sky News from Polk County, where they're from, and they posted this. More comments. This person said that their friend who actually had stage 4 cancer donated to her, and that another person that died of had a family member die of cancer donated $1,000 to this family. Her profile is still up. All the posts are still up. I don't know how. They might be taken down later, but I screenshotted them last night in my rabbit hole. The thing that kind of confuses me is like she tags her husband Aaron in a lot of these posts, but like, how did he not know she was lying? Because obviously she never had real doctor's appointments. So like, my husband is so involved in my life. Like, he went to every single prenatal appointment when we were having our babies. Like, he wants to know how my doctor's appointments go, how my blood work comes out. Like, he cares about me so much. I cannot imagine telling my husband I have cancer and him being like, all right, let me know how your appointment goes. So then her son, Matthew, posts this about her epilepsy that she said she had been dealing with for years. And she had made this post basically saying how God healed her of her epilepsy. Here's the post. Her son even shared the breakout post that busted her, basically saying straight to jail. Looney bin is a cop-out. We have no room for debauchery like this in society, about his own mother. Well, then her mom gets on Facebook and said that she suffered a seizure from complications at this medical facility that she was at. And a lot of people at first were like, really, I need to see the death certificate. I want to see all this proof, because they thought she was lying again. but apparently it is true. She either had like a bad reaction to the medication, or maybe she, some people were saying that they thought she took her own life because she had been caught. And, maybe there's a part of that that's true, and that the seizure was a result of like an accidental OD or something. I don't know. We don't know. We don't have any of that information. This is all guessing at this point. But if it is a result of epilepsy, what awful, awful karma that is. But this is what amazes me. I have to ask, like, people who lie about having cancer, she freaking shaved her eyebrows off. That is a real commitment to the bit. You have shaved your head and your eyebrows for what? For what? For attention? Like, at some point, don't you think you've like had enough attention for the day that now you kind of wish you had your eyebrows back? Like, I don't know. It just blows my freaking mind.